This is 11.5, day 2 homework. Number 1 wants us to find the 5-number summary for each of the data sets and then identify any outliers. So the first thing that we need to do anytime that we're looking at a data set is we need to get all of our points in order from smallest to greatest. So our smallest is 2.1 for number 1. Then we've got a 2.3. We've got a 3.0.
You missed 2.9.
Oh, we've got a 2.9, thank you. Then we have a 3.0. Then we have 3.3, 3.4, 4.5, 5.9, and 9.8. And it's always good to just double check, so we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And in our rearranged, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we got all of our numbers. So the 5-number summary, we need our maximum, or our minimum, which was our smallest value, which is 2.1. We need our maximum, which is our largest value, which is 9.8. And then we need our 3 Q values. Remember, Q1 is the left median, Q2 is the median of the entire set, and Q3 is the right median. So we're going to find Q2 first. So we have 9 numbers, so we have an odd number of data points. So we're going to have an exact median. And our exact median is at 3.3 because we have 4 data points on the left and 4 on the right. So that's our middle spot. So Q2 is 3.3. Now Q1. Since we have this exact middle spot, this is not included in either our right or our left median. So we have just these 4 digits for our left median and these 4 digits for our right median. So we need to find the middle number of these 4 digits. So we're going to average the 2.3 and the 2.9. So 2.3 plus 2.9 divided by 2. That gives us 2.6. So our Q1 value is 2.6. Q3 now, we're looking at the right-hand side. So we're going to average those 2 middle numbers, the 4.5 and the 5.9. So we're going to have 4.5 plus 5.9 divided by 2. And that gives us 5.2. So our Q3 value is 5.2. Now we also need to find our IQR value, which is our Q3 value minus our Q1 value. So our Q3 value we just found was 5.2. And we're subtracting our Q1 value, which is 2.6. And we get 2.6. So our IQR value is 2.6. Now, to identify outliers, we have to find our lower fence and our upper fence. So our lower fence again is Q1 minus 1.5 times our IQR value. So our Q1 value was 2.6. So we're going to have 2.6 minus 1.5 times our IQR value, which is 2.6. And when we punch that in, we end up getting negative 1.3. So our lower fence is negative 1.3. Our upper fence is our Q3 value, which was 5.2, plus 1.5 times our IQR value, which again was 2.6. And that gives us 9.1. So, outliers again are numbers that are lower than our lower fence or less than our lower fence and greater than our upper fence. In our set, we had one number that is greater than our upper fence. So 9.8 is an outlier in this set. Again, because it's greater than our upper fence. Number 2, we're given this new set. Again, we want to make sure that we have it in order. So I think our smallest number is 103. Then we have 515, 582, 596, 619, 626, 728, 757, 869, 900, and 947, and finally at 1001. So that's our set reordered. So our minimum value, again, is our smallest value, so that's 103. Our maximum value is our largest value in the set, which is 1001. Again, remembering that our Q1 value is the left median, our Q2 value is the median of the entire set, and then our Q3 value is the right median. We want to find our Q2 value first. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 digits. So we have an even number of digits in our data set. So we're going to have to average the middle two numbers. Our middle two numbers are 626 and 728. So to find our median for Q2, we're going to take 626 plus 728 and divide by 2. And we end up getting 677. So our Q2 value is 677. Our Q1 value now that we had an odd number, our median is right in between those two numbers. Where that dotted line is where our median is for the entire set. So now when we look at our left median and our right median for Q1 and Q3, we're going to include this 626 and everything to the left. And for our Q3, we're going to include 728 and everything to the right. So for Q1, we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 values. So again, we're going to have to average the middle two values to find our Q1 value. Our middle two values are at 582 and 596. So for Q1, we're going to have 582 plus 596 and divide by 2. And that's going to give us 589. So our Q1 value is 589. Now for our Q3 value, the right median, again, you're including that 728. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 values. So we have to average our middle two. Our middle two are 869 and 900. So 869 plus 900 divided by 2. And that gives us 884.5. So our Q3 value is 884.5. Now our IQR value, again, is our Q3 value minus our Q1. So 884.5 was our Q3 value, minus our Q1 value, which was 589. When we subtract those, we get 295.5. So our IQR value for this problem is 295.5. Now again, we need to identify any outliers that we might have in our set. So we have to find our upper and lower fence. So for our lower fence, we're going to take our Q1 value, which was 589, subtract 1.5 times our IQR value, which is 295.5, and we end up getting 145.75. So our lower fence is 145.75. Our upper fence is our Q3 value, which is 884.5. And we're adding 1.5 times our IQR value again, which is 295.5. And we get 1,327.75. So our upper fence is 1,327.75. So now, outliers for this set. Do we have any numbers that are lower than 145.75? Yes, we have 103, which is less than 145.75. So 103 is an outlier. And do we have any values greater than 1,327.75? The answer is no. Our greatest value was only 1,001. So 103 is our only outlier for problem 2. On the next page, we're given a chart that tells us the monthly average temperature in Honolulu. So again, this is our data set. It's for 1 year, from January to December, so that's 12 months. So we have 12 points. And again, we need to order these so that they're in increasing order, from the lowest to the greatest. So we have 71.8, another 71.8, there's a 72.5, there's a 73.2, 73.9, 75.6, 75.7, 77.5, 77.9, 78.6, and I'm running out of room, so I'm just going to continue down here. 79.2 and a 79.3. So after this 78, we just continue down here with those two. So our minimum value, or our lowest value, is the 71.8. So our minimum value is 71.8. Our maximum value is our largest value, which is the 79.3. again, we want to find our Q2 value first. We know we have 12 values, so we're going to average the middle two numbers. Our middle two numbers are going to be the 75.6 and the 75.7. So for our Q2 value, we're going to have 75.6 plus 75.7 divide by 2. And we get 75.65. So our Q2 value is 75.65. Our Q1 value now, because again, our median is in between those two numbers, so we're looking at the left-hand side for Q1. Q1 we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so we're going to have to average our middle two. Our middle two are the 72.5 and the 73.2. So we're going to have 72.5 plus 73.2 divide by 2. And we get 72.85. So our Q1 value is 72.85. And then finally our Q3 value. Now we're looking at the right-hand side, and again we have 6 values, so we have to average our middle two values, which is the 77.9 and the 78.6. So we have 77.9 plus 78.6 divided by 2, and we end up with 78.25. So our Q3 value is 78.25. Again, our IQR value is our Q3 minus our Q1. So we have 78.25 minus 72.85, which ends up giving us 5.4. So our IQR value is 5.4. So now we need to find our lower fence and our upper fence to identify any outliers. So we take our Q1 value, which is 72.85, minus 1.5 times our 5.4, which was our IQR value. And we get 64.75. And then our upper fence is our Q3 value, which is 78.25. And we're adding 1.5 times our IQR value, which was 5.4. And that equals 86.35. So now we need to look and see if we have any outliers. Are there any values lower than 64.75 or any values greater than 86.35? And looking at our chart and our numbers, there are not. So for this problem, there are no outliers or none. Make sure that you write no, none, something like that. Don't write a 0. So now for part D, we need to make our box and whisker plot for this problem. So that's using our 5-number summary that we found at the top here, our minimum, our maximum, and our Q values. So we're going to make our number line. And we're going to start at 70. So our number line, our minimum value was at 71.8, so that's almost to 72. Our maximum value was 79.3, so that's just past 79. Oops. Our Q1 value is at 72.85, so that's almost to 73. Our Q2 value was at 75.65, so that's just a little bit past halfway between 75 and 76. And then our Q3 value was at 78.25, so that's a little bit past 78. So again, at Q1, Q2, and Q3, you want vertical lines, and then you connect them to make your box. And then you connect your minimum value to the Q1, and your Q3 to the maximum value. So your box and whisker plot should look something like that for problem 3. And then finally, number 4, we're finding percentiles for our given data set. Again, make sure that your data set is in order from increasing order, so starting with your smallest number going to your largest, which this one is already done for us. So now we want to remember when you're counting, or when you're finding percentiles, that you want to count how many data points you have in your set. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we have 20 points in our data set. So for A, to find the 45th percentile, we're going to take our 20, and we're multiplying by 45%. But remember that you can't multiply by 45, we have to change that so that it's 20 times 0.45. And that's going to give us 9. Now remember, a percentile is an actual point in your data set. This 9 is not your answer, that's how you find your answer. So we're going to count 9 numbers in, and that'll give us the number at the 45th percentile. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 34 is our 45th percentile. So your 45th percentile is 34. Now the same thing for the 70th percentile. We're going to take our 20 and multiply by 0.7 this time, because we're finding the 70th percentile. That equals 14. So if we are at 9 here, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 38 is at our 70th percentile. C wants the 25th percentile, so that's going to be our 20 times 0.25. That's 25%. That's going to give us 5. So we need to count 5 numbers in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 30 is at the 25th percentile. D wants the 95th percentile, so we're going to take 20 times 0.95, which equals 19. Our 19th number is 42. So 42 is the 95th percentile. C wants the 80th percentile, so that's 20 times 0.80, which is going to give you 16. So we're going to count 16 numbers in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 is our first 40. So 40 is the 80th percentile. And then finally F, the 15th percentile, is 20 times 0.15, which gives us 3. And our third number N is 29. So 29 is the 15th percentile. And we're done.